this is Painting Platinum. Oh, number 40, 46? Are we on number 46?
Yes.
Sweet. So, I'm just going to pull up my chat. I'm running a little behind. I came in today to not do work things, but to kind of be around, and Audrey ended up needing a little bit of help. So, Audrey being the machine. Hi, iFi Paints. So I'm going to pull up my chat, and then we are going to prep this mini, as you can probably see right here. Yay! I got a chance to watch it, so that's excellent. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so here we are. Got my, I couldn't find my wet palette, believe it or not. I'm so disorganized that I couldn't find it. So that is my piece of tile that I'm using as a dry palette. I'm going to replace the blade on this scalpel. I did not introduce Justin today because Justin really is not going to be that present. It is because he doesn't love us, and that's pretty much it. Actually setting up for Reaper Live, number 100. I told him I might come set up, and then I couldn't get any of my own stuff done. I hate it when that happens. So, yeah. Hi, Jedi Jared, Anki, Freestyle, Rings Raccoon. I'm trying to, I don't want to jack with the scalpel too much, but I really need it to, I forget how it, forget how I do this. Aha! Yes. So, yes. So, one sub. Thank you, iFi Paints. This is the New Year Sophie. So I've washed it. It comes with this base, and it looks like stone, or possibly like maybe cobblestone. I don't know exactly what cobblestone is. And it's like she's got one of her gloves that she's thrown down, and I think there's like New Year's party favors. Yeah, it's a New Year's party favor. Then I've got these wings, and let me make sure. I have to censor these because Justin hates because of Twitch, not because Justin's a prude, but her butt shows. So she's in this ribbon, she's got this lovely hat on, and she's wearing these high boots with these little ties, little like laces, and she's got a champagne bottle. So I'm gonna have to go in. I'm going to have to I'm gonna have to cut off some stuff. I'm gonna have to file some stuff, the typical work. Somebody remind me not to flip that over because her little butt sensor fell off, and we'll just put it on when we're gonna flip her over. All right, so I'm gonna try. Yeah, she has a heart stuck to her butt. I'm gonna try and put this scalpel on without hurting myself and having to interrupt the stream. So, yeah, anybody got anything exciting coming up? Anything wild and crazy? In the States, we've got Thanksgiving coming, but okay, so I have family in Nebraska. They get together a lot, like big gatherings for Thanksgiving, and they're not doing that this year. I think some of them would like to, but the venue that they always go to is like, hey, could you please don't? And so they're gonna please don't, which is nice, because I lurk on Facebook a little bit more than I I mean, a lot more than I post, and I saw some real fun conspiracy theories going on about vaccines. Real fun. So I got a lot of crazies. Anywho, let's see. I may be one. I'm also anticipating Reaper Live. I saw the setup for it. I'm pretty stoked on it. iFi Paint says, Sadie, I got at bags A through D for prototype colors, and E has shipped. That's going to be 3 Reaper orders this month once we get the Reaper Con paints at 2, but I need all the colors. I know what you mean. I like to have it all. I, too, like to have it all. Yeah, I enjoy a good conspiracy theory, but, these particular people drive me a little nuts. Somebody was telling me that the type of conspiracy theory that you're into depends largely on your fears and your personal sort of kind of psychological makeup. Oh, I didn't see that picture iFi paints, but she did come in. She wanted to take a picture of Audrey, and I was like, I would like to let you, but Ed is still keeping new Audrey secret. Yeah, so many paints, lots and lots of paints. So I'm gonna take my little scalpel. I apologize, my nails are a little awful. I always expect to have so much more time. So I don't work on Thursdays, but since we have this new machine, I really don't want to leave it unattended. So my plan was to get here early. I did not get here early. And then my plan was just to do my own thing, and I did not do my own thing, which involved painting my nails. I don't know if Frances is in here, but Frances gave me the most amazing, awesome, wonderful gift. She sent me some magnetic nail polishes that you paint, and you put a magnet over the top of them, and it makes these designs, and it looks almost sort of like certain crystals look like tiger's eye. It's really, really, really cool. So I'll have to do that. The only problem being that I'm very slow doing my nails, and the wetter they are when you apply the magnet, the better it works. But anyway, I'm getting the hang of it. No, iFi paints. Nope, just regular. And I promised myself, I was like, I'm not gonna do this anymore, even though like I don't mind it. I told Collins, I was like, I'm not gonna work at night anymore, because they wanted me here early. So I get here early now, and I'll be working late at night, and Collins will come by and he'll be like, I thought you weren't working late at night anymore, and I'll have to say, I lied. Okay, so something not super great, but that can happen is I think she has a feather in her cap normally. Let me see if I can get this close and nice looking. Light on. But that feather is not formed, and I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I don't remember, but I don't think it's that. So, anyway, well, whatever. I didn't really like it that much anyway. I don't know what we'll do. Okay. So, but the hair looks pretty well formed. It might be like a little, I know we're not doing QC, but what if, I mean, fine. Now I am. It might be a little soft there, but that's all right. This sometimes, because of the mold, tends to like not feel that great. I know this because I have painted this mini, or started painting it at least before, several times. And in fact, this might have been, oh, I'm sorry, I showed her butt. Justin, I showed her butt. Are you gonna make it? Excuse me. I don't know if Justin's gonna make it, but maybe he can't hear me. I bet he can hear me, he's just away from the computer. I'm listening. I can't tell if I hear Ed or not. I hear suspicious quiet. I don't think Butt is against TOS. I think Justin's just being extra careful. It looks like just a little bit of either flash or shift. I can't tell if it's flash or shift. I think it's flash. That's up in this armpit area. This will be fun. We'll talk a little bit about casting, but sometimes the molds don't, it's like two sides and they don't line up. Let's see if I can get focused on this. It's either flash or shift. But this metal's very soft, so you can kind of go in and fix. I'm not that good at prep. My eyes are getting better about it, but my actual prep is not that great. But I've started seeing, like, I didn't used to notice little imperfections, but now I do, which is no big deal. It happens, and it's hard to catch. We used to have a QC lady that was very experienced who'd been here a long time, but she has a immune deficiency, and so at the start of COVID, she semi-retired. I don't know if she's going to be coming back. I kind of hope so. I really like her, but that's where that's at. Okay, so I'm just going to take where it's kind of chunky and kind of smooth it out. Okay, I hear a machine running. That's great. Mold lines drive me absolutely crazy. I do my best to scrub, scratch, cut every line I can off the mini I paint. Yeah, it helps that I've seen this one a lot so I can look at it, but I'm still probably not going to get every bit of it. That's not the right file. They don't have any metal files. I had somebody go get me files, and I'm not sure where the metal files are. But we'll use an emery board. No, so the Phoenix was metal, and the Koala was metal. I can't remember what else was metal. But I've done a few metal. I prefer metal. I don't paint that many minis, and I don't play games with them. So it doesn't, in the way that it makes so much sense if you're really using them a lot, to get plastic. Sorry. I don't usually. But I don't paint that much. I should paint a little more, but I keep myself pretty busy until I'm so tired I can't really do much. I plan on doing that for a little bit longer and then doing not that, but we'll just have to see. Don't use files, they leave scratches. Huh. Well, what are you supposed to do? Let's see. Yeah, I may be one. Oh. Good jeweler's files can be pretty fine, so no scratches, nothing the primer won't Siver. Good afternoon, Fraley. Pendrake. Well, we're going to have to do it this way. And just have it be imperfect. Hi, Francis. I was just talking about the nail polish you got me and how much I love it, but I didn't use it because I don't have my nails done. I was going to paint my nails. I'm not fast enough to use it yet, though. I've used it, but I have to do a lot of cuticle cleanup, so not ideal for my work day, having to come in and paint my nails on the fly. Real good, but I really, really like it. Sanding sticks. So I bought sanding sticks recently, and I didn't bring them today. Well, we're going to do it this way, guys. And it might hurt. It might hurt to watch, but we're going to do it this way, and we're going to hope we can remedy it with primer. Yes, I'm going to prime. Are you ready to have the commemorative set number 2 all done and out the door? Will that drop stress levels for you? So I don't feel super stressed, but we've still got a whole lot going. I think we'll be busy until well into February. We've got, let's see, what have we got coming up? That might be all in the way of paint. I mean, we have the holiday sets, but we're good on those for a while. I don't know how many of those commemorative sets will sell. Hopefully not too many, because I saw them out and about and used as tent bins. So, just like my worst nightmare. There's so much that's like paint department tradition that once Anne left, it was like, well, why do we need to do that? Whatever. And then through something I've heard Ron call dumbass tax, we figure out why it's important. So I've had to explain, like, hey, don't take those paint bins anywhere, because they're kind of important to know that we actually need what we're making. We've ended up making way too much of stuff and pumping it and just having nowhere to put it. But if we always have those bins, it's a lot better. But not everybody knows that. And paint's always been sort of mysterious. And lately it's been more a part of production, which is totally great. I'm an open book. Like, anybody who wants to come in and learn something, it's fine by me. But yeah, so hopefully we don't need to make more. Long story short, hopefully we don't need to make more, because I don't think we have all the bins anymore. We finished our special Christmas thing. I don't know if we talked about it on Reaper Live, so I'll just pretend it's a surprise. I don't know if we talked about it. But our Christmas stocking for the year, what we're doing. Hi, Valander. Yeah, Francis, I really liked how it looked. It looked a lot like tiger's eye or something. The, like, not striations, but the variation in the color. I really, really liked it. So, I'm really excited about it. But I found that it worked better when I did a thick, or not thick, but not thin, fast coat. And, yeah, exactly, Dr. Bob. I gotta work around it. This is how you do a bikini wax, by the way. Like, you put little paper panties on people and you just move them around so that they're always, like, covered. But yeah, yes, it is New Year's Eve, because it's a New Year's model, and I just figure it'll take me about that long to finish it. I mean, maybe not, but probably. It's funny that I'm talking about not being fast enough at painting my nails to do it. I just think that my handwriting hasn't been that great, like, isn't really that great. It's kind of sloppy and loopy, and it's, like, artistic, but it's not that great. So I wonder if my fine motor skills aren't just aren't that great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, burgundy booby. Um, ugh. I always threatened to make a paint color called Tough Titty and put it out. That's my signature paint color. Okay, I'm trying to think if I should just cut that feather off. I think I'm just gonna cut the feather off. Maybe. That feather said nope. Not toward myself though. I don't know what color Tough Titty would be, but it would be a part of what Ed calls the lips and nips colors, which are just fleshy, like lipstick colors, really. I hope I didn't make this worse. I might have made this worse. Ooh, currently printing a new paint rack. Yeah, that would be great. There's so many. And people were asking about the special paints and whether those were going to be live or what's going to be live. There's so much that's like on the list that's a candidate for graduating into the permanent line that I really don't know what'll be next. But there are a few projects I've been told would be kind of cool. So of course the shelved glow in the dark, you know, other things. I won't go into the other things because we haven't talked about them and you never know when they're going to come up. Probably shouldn't have ever talked about the glow in the dark. It was just that close to, production and then it just wasn't. So I have to put my glasses back on and see if I can see flaws. I think I'm going to be out right at 4 today. Hi, Lieutenant Floby. Or LT Floby. See, I had to buy another paint tote for the grab bag haul. It makes 8 and growing. I've got like the slightly bigger than shoebox size, plastic tote that I use. Still have to inventory my mystery paints and sort them numerically into the ones I already have with my paint caddies. I'm glad I got them. No, we don't have a free yet. I think we still need 4 subs. I could be wrong because I haven't been paying as close attention. This is like highly kind of intricate work for me. But we'll ask Justin here in a little bit. Probably not yet. It's better. It's going to be better to ask Justin toward the end a little more. And I apologize. I really should have done this in my own time. But I just didn't get very much of my own time this week. And when I did, I cleaned my room, put some stuff away, did like all the laundry. You ever do all the laundry? That's what I did. All the laundry. So I haven't seen you guys in a couple weeks. So the first week, I'll only talk about this because Justin talked about it on Reaper Live, but he had to make sure that he didn't have the big C a couple weeks ago, and I was taking care of my family dog because she was not doing that well. And then the Sunday after that, I'm trying to think, maybe not even the Sunday after that, like a week from that Sunday, she passed away. So we lost our family dog. She was 18, so I had her, like, I'm 31. I had her longer than I didn't, and it was just such a rough sort of thing. And then we had David Baker come to town from Trenchworks and set up Audrey. So I was all set to do the stream last Thursday. That was last Thursday. And that was David's last day here, and they were leaving at like 4. So I was like, do you think we're going to get done everything we need to get done, or should I go ahead and cancel? And he was like, I would cancel. So I canceled, and I was sad about it, but I did cancel. And it was just a mess. So like when we did have, her name is Whiskey. When we did have Whiskey, she needed so much attention that I would, she was a silky terrier, so she was like a Yorkie. She was really, really little. So I would bring her in with me in a little laundry basket with a bunch of blankets. And I fed her baby food and picked her up and kind of carried her around. Like, Reaper was really, really cool about it, because it wasn't the most productive time here. But we got to let her kind of go on her own terms, and kept her really comfortable and not scared, which is important, because that's what you're always afraid of with an elderly dog like that, is that they'll be in pain or scared, and she wasn't. So that was good. And I spent one of my days off. This is like dark, but I'm still pretty proud of it. I made a box for her, because we buried her. So I made it out of cedar, and I used power tools, which wasn't like super good. I really had this idea that it was going to be like gorgeous, and I was like, maybe when it's done I'll stain it. But it ended up being like not so great, but it looked okay. Like it looked okay. I used this so my family has everything. They're in construction. They've built, the house we're in. They built everything. So I knew I had everything, but I couldn't get it's not a table saw, but it was one of those like saws that like sits on the table and you like pull down on it, and apparently there's a pin in it, and I couldn't get the pin out. And then I thought, well, if the universe doesn't want me to use this thing, I probably don't need to be using it. But a radial arm saw, thank you Freestyle HQ. What I ended up using was like a jigsaw, I think, where you like squeeze the trigger. And I was telling Justin last night, it's the dumbest thing ever. I've taken shop. I know what I'm doing, but apparently I don't. Not only that, I built sets in theater, but so I have this big potted plant, and I had this piece of wood that was like this by like that. So I was cutting pieces of it, and I laid it on top to use this kind of like scaffolding to hold it up. And I had to secure it because it was like vibrating with the saw. So I put my foot on it to secure it, like in the middle, and then cut like right to the right of it. And I didn't think about it, but obviously that thing's going to cut in half. So my foot and the wood and the saw went into the pot, but I escaped with just a bruise. And for a moment I thought, oh my gosh, did I just cut my foot off? Because I've heard when stuff like that happens, you don't really feel it. But I didn't cut my foot off, still got it, which is great. I made it through the whole thing without getting hurt other than that bruise. So it was nice, and it smelled nice. Cedar's so nice. I love cedar. And cedar is supposed to have like, I don't know, like grief healing properties. So anyway, hi, your Sunshin. Yeah, that's a sadism. I know what I'm doing, but apparently I don't. Oh yeah, so Valander, it's lemon yellow. Canary yellow is brighter, but lemon yellow I think probably has a little bit. I'm trying to think, because it's MSP. I still think it might have a little more coverage. I wonder if I have it in here. You're not supposed to. No, I'm doing everything wrong. Sword black, but I should be using a finer like metal file, but I'm just trying to get rid of these mold lines. No, you're not supposed to sand them. Yeah, so I still have a foot, and I still have my kitty. So it's just me and my kitty now. The hashtag free has not been turned on. I think we've got 2 subs now, though. Thank you, I kill my friends. So yeah, like every day I get home to my cat and like talk to her and everything. She's been like, she's been fine. She's been cool. They lived lives. Oh, Dr. Bob. Thanks, Dr. Bob. We're at 8 subs. Jeez. Okay. So, Justin. Beep, beep.
Yep. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I just didn't know if you could hear me. I guess getting more obnoxious is not the answer.
Do we need to activate the giveaway?
Yes, activate the giveaway, please. And we're gonna give away the Thalos again. Thalo blue, green, and orange. Thalos are special because where our clear green and clear blue that we have in the 90, 96 and 7, 98 range, those are blues that are more toward the middle or possibly toward the purple side of blue. Thalos are toward the green side. Thank you. Oh my goodness. We got, okay. Thank you, Drockery. We're going wild here. Thank you, Samurai Jack. Thank you, everybody. Did I miss any? Sub count 10. That's 2. So we're giving away 2 packs of them. I would show you, but it'll waste some of our... I'll show you. I would never call that a waste of time. Okay. So, and I'll actually be able to show you the old... Like, don't mind the old yuckiness, because I'm really messy. But this is the clear blue, and this is the clear green. And then I'll show you the clear Thalos. And then we have clear orange. Clear Thalo. So, it is stronger, I think. I think this is a lot stronger. And this green is more toward blue. But I think the Thalos are more toward the green side. And the other thing we use for this is more toward the purple side. Or toward the middle. I'm kind of trying... I've never explained anything like that to somebody. So, sorry, I'm listening. So, anyway, like, and then orange. So you won't get that or that, but you'll get these. And I actually use... Okay, so I'll show it off another day. But I make this ultra cool white because I test colors and I like to test them dry. Anne was better at testing them wet. I'm just not as good at that. I have to kind of test them wet and dry, and I'm just not as good at matching, and I'm super, super anal. So anyway, I like to take my little test wings that I usually do, and I like to kind of gesso them, I guess you could say. Oh, that was a good piece of something here. Doing surgery. Okay. So yeah. Thanks, Jessember. Oh my goodness, what a day. Y'all are getting excited and ready for this Reaper Live. So yeah, that's what's been going on here, and we're in the process of like, because we lost my grandparents, so like 3 months apart, we lost my grandma, then my grandpa, then my dog. So, so my family's dealing with all the will and all that stuff, and then going to sell the house. So here I would say in the next year, I'll be moving off of a property that I've lived at for most of my life. Like, we lived in South Lake when I was a baby, and they bought the property. I think they bought it before I was born, and then we moved on to it, and then we moved into this really old house on that property, and they tore that down and built a new house. So the new house was done when I was like 4. So that's how long I've been there. My grandma was a collector, to put it nicely, so there's a lot of work to be done, at the end of which I will be starting a totally new life. But I really like what I do here, so I've really kind of thrown myself into this because I like to mix paint. So, which brings me back around to Francis, no way. Only because Texas is so expensive right now. It's so expensive. Taxes are so high. Like, I don't think I alone could afford the taxes of that house. Um, but yeah, exactly, Dr. Bob. Uh, it's Texas taxes. That's right. We don't have a state income tax. So our property taxes are really, really high. And what's interesting and what makes me really mad is that, like, we're in the boonies, but we got annexed by a kind of nicer town a little bit over. So while we pay the really high taxes, I mean, we have a well. We don't have trash pickup. Our like, you cannot get good internet. I've said this before. My upload speed is 0. I didn't even know you could have an upload speed of 0, but I sure do. Like, I'm living like it's 1995 or something. Yeah. Oh, Vigo's peeps, California. There's no way we're gonna beat that. Like, California's bad. I think like Manhattan's bad. Um, but so yeah, nicer town, nice taxes. It's good schools. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, like, I don't have kids, but it's part of a good society is good schools. But yeah, tin cans with string attached, upload speed 0. Yeah, so it's tough, but so I've been like weighing my options. How far do I want to be out? Because it's expensive. A lot of people are moving from California here, which is fine. But like, my friend's a real estate agent, and she's like, it's so hard. It's almost like there's not enough houses. I mean, you wouldn't think so because you hear there's more empty houses than homeless people. Like, we could get people without homes into houses, but she's like saying there's not enough houses in Texas for the people moving into Texas and the new couples that want to buy a new house. So anyway, that's the housing situation. So I think I'm going to move into the country. My grandpa always told me, like, don't get attached to this house. It's not the family farm. And I'm going to start my own family farm. And maybe the Metroplex will move into me, because that's what the Metroplex does. It just spreads out. So anyway, the mystery colors. Okay, so the 3 mystery colors, the 3 shadow colors, Rogue Shadow, Winter Shadow. Oh God, what was the other one? And Sky Shadow. Those are prototypes that Anne left. I would say that there is a higher probability that those would be made into colors than the other 2, which were Spooky Purple, and I won't say the other one because I don't think a lot of people have gotten Bag E, but I don't think those will go into production, but I could see the other ones. But when I talked to Ed about it, he approved of my response to somebody on Discord, which was essentially, yes, it's possible. The more colors that go in, the more colors that have to come out to make space for them. So Ed would always like there to be space for the things that come out. Yes, there's Bag E. Hashtag free is entering the giveaway. So when there's enough subs, 5 subs for every giveaway, you can enter, and at the end, Justin is going to do a drawing, and if he draws your name, then you follow a little prompt and you give us your information, and we send you free stuff. Yeah, taxes are crazy everywhere. California is starting to move to Arizona and Texas, primarily from Texas, and move to where I'm at now in Arizona. That's a problem in both of those states. Not enough houses for the big incoming amount of people. Yeah, so the first place, I think... Oh no, Hutch Studio. Well, everything can always come back. I have samples of everything, so it can always come back. But it was just one of those... It was an incentive to get rid of those discontinued paints. We have used so much time prepping this mini, but as with anything else, it's not a waste. Like, really good prep is going to make for a really good mini. Plus, I'm slow. So I've been watching. I watched Mocha's, or part of Mocha's. I haven't finished it yet. Part of Mocha's skin class that she did for ReaperCon, which is now on our YouTube. You can watch that. You might be able to watch it on the Twitch replay, Twitch later Twitch, whatever it's called. Maybe if I say things wrong, it'll bring Justin back in. But she talked about doing dark to light because she doesn't feel like she gets enough contrast on the mini, and I also don't feel like I get enough contrast. Yes, VOD, exactly. Thank you, Untamed Painter. Words are hard. Yeah, I'm impatient with with prepping too, Francis. So anyway, I think I'm gonna work dark to light on this mini. It is Sophie, so I am going to do brunette with golden medium skin, medium fair. And I'm gonna start dark. I got some skin tones that aren't listed by their, what's it called? By their like tone. Oh, I'm trying to think what the new name of this color is. Peachy Flesh. Warrior Flesh, 9443. So if I end up wanting to make these warmer, I got some 9074. So the people that were sad about, let me make sure, about 9073 being gone, this 9074 is almost exactly the same. It's just got a little bit of something else in the 9073. So this is almost like a clear. It's one of the nearly clears. So yeah, so I'm thinking about the special champagne color. Even though, so like, I have to think about how to make something look transparent. It does, I mean, I was gonna say it looks like her champagne's really full, but I don't know how you would cast that if it weren't. I mean, most people don't fill champagne that full, but I feel like I don't care about that. I would. Peachy Flesh is the old youthful flesh, 9445. Off yellowish white with white bubbles, exactly. So we're gonna work with that. Somebody told me, so I was curious about, I'm sure you guys have all heard that Sophie's based on somebody, and I thought it was somebody that wasn't, and I asked, and I got kind of an answer. So I am going to try and be true to that, even though, never mind. So, the Dungeon Journeyman says if the paint isn't from the Champagne region of France, it's really just a sparkling white paint. Exactly. So, anyway, let's prime. What I meant to do was do some research about, I was really excited that Mocha talked about this because I thought nobody else did, but she talked about a little bit about the color seasons and draping that they did back in the 80s and 90s. They still do it now, but I feel like Dungeon Saga, if there is a Champagne region of Reaper, it is right here in this department. So, not because I drink at work, but because I do like, I love a good mimosa. Mimosas are so amazing. Anyway, I lost my train of thought, but at least I was talking about mimosas. But we're going to stick this mini to a glass. That's not your fault. That is because of who I am as a person. So, I'm going to prime this mini. Oh, yeah. So, Mocha was talking about the color seasons, and I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of it. But it's essentially, if you are warm or cool, seasonal color draping is exactly. If you're warm or cool, high contrast or low contrast, dark, light, bright. Like, what are the descriptions? I think it's hard to figure out for yourself, but I think I'm a summer because, like, I have blue eyes, but they're kind of gray. My skin is, like, I think cool neutral. My veins are blue green. And I tan like a little bit. Like, people that are really, really cool. I have a cousin that's really, really cool, pale like me, but really, really cool. She does not tan. Sorry, excuse me. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to open that. Maybe the paint gods have spoken for us. Thank you, Polith. But so if Sophie is warm and she's got dark hair, I think that makes Sophie an autumn. So we would look at colors that look good on an autumn. Almost got it. I love sun. I get spooky pale. Like, when I was a teenager, I'd have the goth fellows really liking my pallor. But I do love the sun. That probably means, I'm trying to think. Actually, I think really fair people absorb vitamin D much better. I don't know, but I do miss the sun. I brought paper towels in here. I just don't know where I put them. Aha. But, so most of I'll have to look at the golden skin tone colors, the golden skin triad. But 2 of them are discontinued. We only have 1 left. Vitamin D has shown to reduce the severity of COVID. So I've been taking multivitamins for a while. I was taking extra vitamin D, but I ran out. And for me, that means we're going to have a huge problem with getting them again. I was actually talking about this today. When you got the good old ADHD, normal things just it get a little harder. So I'm really bad about that. I run out of vitamins. I don't get more vitamins. Like you have to like travel to Mordor to get vitamins. Like, I don't know what my problem is. So today, I have to call in to get my medicine for my ADHD, and I called in today and I forgot that I had to take my blood pressure. I forgot to bring my blood pressure checker, or like my family blood pressure checker, because I don't have a blood pressure checker. And I feel like I should be exempt because I'm a child, but I'm not still a child. I'm 31. It's horrible. It happened so fast. But so anyway, I went to CVS and I bought a manual, like a cuff and a stethoscope. So this morning, this was part of my like rushing around, because it was like $20. I was like, okay, I can just buy one. Well, I went into CVS thinking I could do their little machine. But anyway, they didn't have a little machine. I don't know if that's because of COVID or because we just don't do that anymore. But I bought a manual cuff and checker and then spent a long time reading about how to use it. It's really cool, actually, and not the worst thing in the world to have. Quite empowering, learning how to check my blood pressure and learning about it. But I was able to call in, give them my blood pressure. All was well. I missed a mold line. Guys. Oh, Jairus, my doctor's like all video call right now. He doesn't see anybody right now. Let me see if I've been to the doctor. I've been to the eye doctor because I needed my contacts. And I took my grandpa to doctor's appointments months ago. So I know doctors are seeing people, but I guess he's not. So you just give him your information. It's not the worst thing in the world because he's a little far, even though yeah, he doesn't see anybody right now, aka blindness. I really love Fort Worth, but he's in Fort Worth. Either way, so do my little blood pressure check. But I was like, man, this is the kind of stuff that makes you need the ADHD medicine, but you have to do the stuff to get the ADHD medicine, and sometimes you forget. Like, I've forgotten before. It sucks. So, and then I'll spend my day wandering around, like, seeing what's up with people. Not really, but partially. My mind will start to wonder. Yes, I heard about this. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's called a sphygmomanometer. Sphygmomanometer. Anyway, I'm not going to be able to say that. Maybe next time. I used to be able to take BP in the back of an ambulance going 60 with lights and sirens. Oh my gosh. The Dungeon Journeyman says, the hell part of it is you weren't even a paramedic. Oh my goodness. Sphygmomanometer. Oh my goodness. Yes. It was really neat. And I've heard they don't use mercury anymore, that they used to use mercury. But yeah, it was pretty cool. My blood pressure's been like not high, but higher the last few years. And I'm like not stoked on it. Pisses me off. Also a lot chunkier, so maybe that's it. I'm gonna hope that's it. Because I always had low blood pressure. But I feel like I can work out a little bit and get that. I mean, it's not high, but I feel like normal blood pressure is going lower. I feel like now they're calling what used to be normal elevated. I could be wrong. But I know that one day my big number, I know you probably love these technical terms, but my big number was 120, and my lady I call, the psychiatrist, was like super worried about it, but it's a child psychiatrist, so maybe she just never heard, like, I don't know. I'm sure, she's a person. She has a blood pressure. I don't know, but she was really concerned about it. And I was like, really? I mean, it's higher than normal. But I was also, like, rushing around my house trying to find the blood pressure machine. And sometimes I don't use it right. And that 120 over 80 is your target. See, that's the deal. I don't know what the deal was. So, I don't remember what the little number was. Show 100 is at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Central. So. But anyway. So, doing a little priming. I'm doing thin, even layers as much as I can with the brush control I have right now. And then I'm going to go back and do it again so I barely see any white. Then I'm going to attach her to sticky tack to this glass. What is hard is she's got her own base. I'm starting to wonder if I should put her on this base and glue her in. I do not have good luck using glue with minis. Oh no! Somebody's frozen. 1 a.m. Oh, there's a Central European time. I know. Oh, now I sound like a whatever. Like a. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put her on the base. Okay. I'm gonna prime her first, then put her on the base, and I'm gonna do the wings last because Anne told me once what you do depends on what kind of detail you have and what's gonna get blocked. Yeah, unless you drill her foot and pin her to a piece of cord, she'll fall off whatever you stick your tack to. E6000. That is right. Sleep is for the weak. So, as you can see, oh, you know what? That makes the hair make more sense because they're soft parts of the hair. Okay, I'm actually okay. I see. So, these are going to go in her back. I'm still going to I wonder, do you ever like not paint something that's not going to show? But then by that logic, wouldn't we just it's going to be hard for me to get in there though. I think I'm going to paint it then glue it. Yeah, I'm going to drop some base. So how's it going where you guys are as far as like a shutdown? I'm pretty sure we're not going to shut down. Our policy federally is to ignore it and celebrate ourselves for all the great work we've done and how it's over. And also we're in Texas, so that's kind of a similar policy. Even though this is nuanced, there's no like right answer. I can kind of say it's not this. SoCal, we're all about shutting down. See, I feel like, this is just my opinion, that all the arguments about the economy are kind of dumb because if everybody's sick and hospitals are overwhelmed, the economy's not going to be great either way. And then, not only that, but if you can get it over quickly and people can be kind of doing their thing, like you're going to have other waves of it, but you can get back to business faster. Whatever. I've done well so far, knock on wood, wearing my mask everywhere, doing 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 the normal stuff, like nothing like non-essential, but I've gone to an art store like a couple 3 times. I go to the grocery store. Everything's, whatever. My mom works in public. She wears her mask. So far, she has not gotten it, which is what I was worried about. I mean, whatever. And then, like, at first, when I started hearing about these, vaccines, I was nervous about it. Then I was like, hell yeah, I'll get it. Like, I'm stoked on it. And then, and not the crazies, but like normal people were talking to me about it. And I kind of went back to the maybe I'll wait. It just depends on who you're around, how their judgment is, what they're doing to keep themselves and everybody safe. That sort of thing. Oh my goodness. Chef of Love says, of course, I got 3 months immunity, they say now, since I probably got it from arguing with people who don't believe in hate masks. Yeah, for real. My uncle doesn't like them, and I live with him. So when he works out of town in a small town, like he'll go into places and be like, do you care if I don't wear this? And if they say, okay, he doesn't wear it. So whatever. I mean, I worry about him a lot. He's not young. All my mom and all of her siblings are approaching 60, and it's like 45. It's not as if it's like elderly people is when you start to see an increase in complications. It's like 45. And then not only that, young people too. Let's see, my country's policy is all over the place, but at least they try. But now they're announcing that they do not want to make the vaccine mandatory, but since immunity might only work for 4 months, it's going to be hilarious when not enough people get vaccinated for the virus to not have a vector to survive in the wild that long. Oh, my daughter just told me her husband and their roommate just got tested due to symptoms. The roommate is officially COVID positive. Oh no. I hate that, Chef of Love. It sucks. I mean, it's hard. Like, I try not to get into Facebook arguments anymore for reasons, and mostly Reaper. Like, I just don't want to. I don't want Reaper to be associated with whatever my wild ideas are. And then not only that, but you're really not changing anybody's mind by arguing with them. So I ignore a lot of shit that I see. Sometimes I'll post an article with like some facts, but I see people that I kind of grew up with being like, you're all sheep for believing this is real. And it's kind of like, well, you know, like, how come not everybody's getting it then? How come people haven't really, from what I've read, people aren't really getting it from salons because there's a mask mandate for salons. Yeah, Francis, I hope they do okay. I think they will. Everybody's kind of got their own idea. So like now, okay, so I think now Texas got a certain amount of this what is it? Like immune this treatment, antibody treatment that can be used early. My fear is that we don't test and isolate and contact trace enough. I know it's hard because it's kind of out of the bottle, but I feel like if we did more of that, people could get early treatment, because whenever I hear something works for early treatment around here, I'm like, oh, great. You know, you might not know. There are people, my cousin has her kids in a school district in a small town where, I mean, we went to school, and a lot of the parents there, they got on a big video chat, and they're talking about the future of the school year and what they're going to do. And a lot of the parents said, well, if my kid has a fever, I'm not going to test them. I'm just going to bring them back when they don't have a fever. And she said a lot of the parents were like shocked, and a lot of the parents were like nodding, like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And they do stuff like they'll give their kids Tylenol. So by the time they've been in for a little bit, they'll get their fever. Like, she worked in preschool kids, and that's what she'd see all the time. Be just about Tylenol wearing off time. That's when kids would start showing up sick. They'd call the parents, and the parents would be like, well, I'm at work. Like, I'm in Dallas. Like, right. But anyway, so I've seen that. And then my friend's child is in a private school where a lot of the crazies have flocked to, because apparently private schools don't have to follow all the mandates. So they neither social distance nor do they wear masks, like none of them. And they had a little issue, and they were supposed to shut down for a particular amount of time, but they caved again. So not wild about these people, and there's a lot of them around here. But anyway, I don't think we're gonna lock down. I just think wear masks, social distance, be a human being, don't expose yourself to people because you think it's allergies or whatever. Just be chill, be on the safe side, be compassionate. Like, for God's sake, you know, not you guys, but delay gratification a little bit. Like, you know, next year you can have a big party or whatever. Who knows? Everybody do them. But that's just like my opinion. It's easy for me because I'm more introverted though. Really? Yeah, I just don't see Texas doing it, but maybe they will. I was part of the skeleton crew here at Reaper. Like, before the shutdown, I was like, what can I do? Because I don't want to, shut down. Like, unless the whole shop is shutting down and nobody's coming in, I'm going to get swamped. So, anyway, I had to prime her butt, and now she has to be face down, so I'm gonna have to put her over here so nobody at Twitch gets upset. But anyway, I'm gonna go back and look at the chat a little bit while we flag down Justin. Maybe he's right there. He's been listening to me rant. Not about the thing I said I would rant about, though. I told him if he left me alone, I would rant about something you don't want me to, that nobody wants to hear about. So, we're going to do a drawing. A mask, wash my hands, bra, stay the fuck away from people.
How many subs have we gotten today? Do you know?
10. At least, maybe 11. That's perfect, Ring Shakun. do. Oh no. I thought I saw that, Valander. I'm so sorry. I hate it. Yeah, I'm raw too, guys. I've developed this, like, I don't think you can see it anymore. This, like, contact dermatitis, I think, from maybe Simple Green, from just always having my hands in water. It sucks so bad. I hate it. Because I just have to, I put the cortisone, the hydrocortisone cream on at night and just try and sleep in it. I don't know. But I've always had, like, ever since I was a kid, I overwash my hands, so. I looked at the schedule, but you did not see the time date of the 100th show. Can you post the link for the 100th show?
The 100th show is not until it's in 2 hours from right now.
Okay. I thought you were going to announce another date. I was going to be like, shut up.
No, it's literally 2 hours from right now.
Cool. Is Anne streaming right now?
I think she's doing her D&D stuff.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but that's because it's just Reaper. It's the 100th episode, but it's Reaper Live, so it's the normal Reaper Live schedule is what it is.
I've heard it's gonna be
the 100th
the
episode.
favorite things episode, like Oprah.
It is. I mean, we are giving away 100 things. We are. So make sure to tell your friends. And yes, Max, 2 hours ish. I wish I could say exactly, but we know how it is. But it is. We are absolutely giving away 100 things.
Look under your chair. There's keys to your new car. Thank you, Albevazin. Anyway, I'm ready to do the giveaway. Oh, do you have to be present to win? Are we gonna do the hashtag claim?
For 90 of the giveaways, no, you don't have to be there. But for the let's say the top 10 prizes, because that's part of a game that we're going to be playing. It's kind of a game. It's really it's more interesting than just drawing names. So when we do that thing, that will be you'll need to be here you're going to need to be here to interact with us. So
yeah,
very exactly freestyle. It's similar to Deal or No Deal.
We're getting all our hottest employees. Sorry. Because, Deal or Deal, No Deal uses the hot ladies.
Absolutely.
I just missed a little spot here, but anyway. It was so nice.
You know what, Paula? If we have anything less than 1,000 people watching tonight, we're not giving away anything.
I'm stage fright now. I'm anxious. Just kidding.
1,000 people tonight, guys.
It was so nice to have Mocha last week. Mocha's so nice. Mocha really is like one of the ones to watch. She is just so charming and present and talented. I really, really like Mocha. Anyway.
All right, let's see here. I think I'm drawing 4 things.
We're about to be in studio for Painting Platinum. I've been talking about my ideas with Justin. They're a little, they're on brand. So I don't know how we're going to get it done and what it's going to take budget-wise. And I'm going to do some building again. Try not to cut my foot off. But I'm pretty excited about it.
I have our 4 winners.
Give me the 4 winners.
Our 4 winners are Gress91, Joanne_Eve, Edra High, or Jai, one of the two, and Samurai Jack 325.
Congrats, everybody. Y'all are going to win the Thalos and then probably a little extra. Colors. Congrats, guys. Y'all are the best. Well, that's all we've got for today. Do we have an Anne?
Yes, actually, we're going to be rating Anne. Let's see.
We're going to be rating Anne. Give her the Reaper love. Oh, yes. Type exclamation, I won something, ? I won something, ? Founder never won anything on my stream. I hate that.
It does not look like she's live yet, or at least it's not giving me a feed like she's live.
I'm usually late. I'm usually much later than this. It might be 4:30, you know it?
That makes sense, actually.
I think
she's
it
got
is
20.
4:30.
So in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and raid Jimmy the Brush.
All right.
And if you guys want to watch Ann, she'll be live here in about 20 minutes. Hop on over to her channel if you want to check her stuff out. But don't forget, in now an hour and 50 minutes ish, so 6 p.m.
hours.
Central, the 100th episode. We have a funny video. We have some fun stuff to talk about. And we have 100 prizes. If you don't care about any of it, and you just want to put the stream on mute and win some stuff, we're going to do some marble races. It's going to be great, guys.
I want to see a meme of Ed saying, you get a free something or other. You get a free this and that. Anyway.
I like that.
Yeah, get us that, guys. All right. Thanks. We love you. Be safe, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.